Today we will see how to write an advantageous and disadvantageous type of essay. We will start by seeing and understanding the question. A lot of places in the world rely on tourism as a main source of income. Unfortunately, tourism can also be a source of problems if it is not managed correctly. Describe the advantages and disadvantages of tourism in the modern world. Now, let me explain the question. It says that there are lot of places in the world that depend mainly on the tourism for the income. Your job is to mention the advantages and disadvantages of tourism in today's world. Now, before we start, you all need to make sure that you have thoroughly understood the entire question. Because if you forget the tiniest piece of the information, you may answer the question which was never asked to you. So let us see the steps required to write an essay. First is making a plan. You can see that as we are asked to write advantages and disadvantages, we have written the points that we will include for advantages and the points we will include to mention the disadvantages. Starting with advantages of tourism. The points are increase in country's economy due to increased spending. The next one is new job opening for local people. Then opportunities to discover new places for individual travelers. These are enough points to explain the advantages. Also, remember that you can always add more points as per your requirement. Now, let us see the ideas for disadvantages of tourism. The first one is destruction of popular tourist destinations by large numbers of tourists. Second one is development of illegal economic activities. And the last one is loss of privacy of local people. Now we are having the ideas for our essay. The second step is to learn the format again. The first thing in the essay is introduction. In introduction, you first paraphrase the topic, which means you write the topic in your own words. Then you write the thesis statement. The thesis statement means the purpose of your essay or the sentence which tells the examiner what your essay is about. After writing the thesis statement, you leave one line and then you start writing the body paragraph. Now we will see the content of body paragraph 2. It will be totally same as the first body paragraph, but instead of the advantages, we will write disadvantages. It should start with stating 2 disadvantages, which will be the topic of your paragraph. Then explain the first disadvantage with an example or supporting detail. Then explain the second disadvantage with example or supporting details. And finally, give a result of above mentioned things or a little summary. So here we end the body of our essay. Now last but not least, conclusion. In conclusion, you firstly summarize the essay. This can be done by reparaphrasing the question prompt and then giving suggestions if you have any. The third and the most important step in writing the essay is using the plan and format. So let us start writing. Firstly, the introduction. We shall start with paraphrasing the question. Nowadays, tourism gave rise to a significant portion of national income for many countries. But it has certain flaws as well. As you can see that I have written the content from the question in my own words, and I have tried not to repeat the same words from the question. Next is thesis statement. This essay will examine the advantages and disadvantages of tourism before reaching to a logical conclusion. Here, I have mentioned what examiner should expect from me in the essay. So here ends the introduction. Now let us start the body paragraph 1, which is about advantages. It starts with stating two main advantages. The two main merits of developed tourism industry are raise in country's economy and a large number of new job openings for the local people. Here I have mentioned the advantages in the first line. Now I will explain both advantages with examples. So I will start with explaining the first advantage with supporting details. Firstly, tourists spend money on a wide range of services, including hotels, amusements, transportation, food, and medical services. In this way, tourism yields an additional income, greatly supporting the country's economies. Now, explaining the second advantage and example of it. Secondly, tourism increases the level of employment by bringing new job opportunities. For instance, the ingress of tourists results in a larger demand in restaurant workers, tour guides, hotel staff, and employees of retail services, encouraging business owners to hire more people for these positions. As a result of this, the country earns more profit. You can see the words in bold letters. These are the linkers and the uncommon words which can help to get better score in coherence and cohesion and lexical resource section. Now we shall start writing second body paragraph. It starts with stating two main disadvantages. However, tourism also has some major drawbacks like destruction of popular tourist destinations and development of illegal economic activities. This is the topic statement which covers the disadvantages. Now we will explain the first disadvantages by giving example. Ancient buildings, temples and monuments get damaged due to vast amount of visitors traffic. Also, the large number of tourists can cause environmental problems. For instance, when places of interest are overcrowded, natural resources are overexploited. Now, we will explain the second disadvantage by giving the supporting details. In addition to that, tourism can create more serious situations where criminal issues are involved. The presence of a considerable number of tourists with a lot of money to spend and often carrying valuables such as cameras and jewelries increase the attraction for criminals and gives rise to the activities like robbery and drug dealing. Here you can see that I have started the body paragraph with the opposing linker, and in the paragraph I have used the addition linkers. Also, I have written several words in bold letters because those are not so common. So try to enhance your lexical resource using them. Finally, the conclusion. We will start it with the concluding linker. To conclude, although tourism has certain disadvantages like destructive effects and growth of crime rate, it has an extremely positive impact on country's economy and provides a large number of new jobs for the local people. So this is how you write the conclusion. Now let us see several tips to improve your performance in this type of essay. Always plan before writing. Then maintain the balance between advantages and disadvantages. That means write the equal amount of points for both advantages and disadvantages in both the body paragraphs. Then always start a body paragraph with a linker. Follow the format. And finally, keep advantages together in one paragraph and disadvantages in another. So, by this, we come to the end of this lecture. I hope you have understood everything. If you have any queries related to whatever is discussed, please write in the comment section below. We will respond at our earliest convenience. Thank you for joining with us. I'll see you in the next class.